Welcome to another episode of Poko's Primetime Picks.
Poko's Primetime Picks.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Super Bowl special episode of Poko Primetime Picks. Poko Primetime Picks is a group of brothers and their sons, and they get together and make survivor picks. And we do it in memory of the original Poko, Butch Poko. So, I want to introduce some of my main co-hosts to the show. Scott, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Terry, thanks for joining us for our Super Bowl episode.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
And last but not least, Michael Poko, thanks for showing up, Mike, for our Super Bowl episode.
Of course. Thanks for putting together the show all these weeks, all the way through.
Yeah, thanks. And you guys have been there with me. Now, during our shows, starting early in the year, we started to make some improvements. And one of the ways we were able to do it is a good friend of mine, Sam Ray, he came up with a theme song, and he did it all on his own. Did you guys like the theme song that Ray made for us?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it sounded really good. It fit the show really well.
I liked it a lot.
That's great. And he went above and beyond. He made us a closing theme. He made some bumpers, some sound effects, and I have a special guest to bring on the show. I want to introduce Sam Ray. He's Poko Primetime Picks musical director. Sam, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now, Sam, have you had a chance to listen to any of the episodes?
Yeah, I watch every episode when it comes out.
And how have you liked the show for the first season?
I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to where you take it. Like all your production and everything, is going really well, and it's entertaining, and all your segments super unique. So I'm looking forward to the next iteration of Poko Primetime Picks.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Awesome. Now, like I said to my co-hosts, you were a big part of the show to actually raise our level a little bit when you started producing music for us, which was fantastic. How long have you been into making music?
Well, I played instruments when I was little, but I haven't started composing my own stuff. I got around when high school started. So the high school I went to was a polytechnic high school, and we have these things called pathways, which are more in-depth electives, I guess. And there was a audio production and music production class, and the digital side is always something that interested me. And through that class, I learned how to write and mix and do all the stuff that I do now. So if I had not done that, I don't know if I would have taken up writing any of my own stuff. I might have just stuck to playing an instrument.
Oh, that's interesting. And I could imagine you've used lots of different pieces of equipment to do this with.
Yeah, what I use is something called MIDI programming, where you essentially have a virtual instrument and you tell the computer what to do. So you can tell it what pitch, what duration. So that is the main thing I do to take a load off of an instrument that I don't know how to play, or if I want to do something complicated, I can have the computer do that for me. And that's how I do all my stuff.
That's interesting. So, I'll be honest, I was blown away when you first sent me our opening song. What was your inspiration for that when you put that song together?
I don't know, honestly. I guess just the styles that I like. I'm into rock and metal, and that's the area that I'm most familiar with. I know a lot of sport scenes and trios are all very trumpets blaring and orchestration and stuff like that. That's not something I'm too familiar with. I could have gone down that route. Well, I thought maybe I could do something a little bit that, if I do something I'm more comfortable with, the end product will be a lot better. So I don't know if there wasn't really an inspiration specifically for it, but definitely a style, mixing the synths with the guitar, which is what I do all the time.
Yeah, it was really cool because, you made the intro song, and then when I asked you for an outro song, you kind of did it in reverse, and I really like the sound way it kind of fits together.
Yeah, I really like the out. That's probably my favorite bit that I done is the outro. Essentially, I just extended the intro, really, just to add a couple more minutes to it, or maybe not minutes, but a few more seconds to it.
Yeah, that's great. So obviously our show was about sports. Now I know you have a favorite football team. What is your favorite football team?
I am a Green Bay Packers fan. However, I live in Arizona. I'll always root for Arizona. Any other people that I know, their teams are going. I'm not super crazy into sports, but yes, I was a big Green Bay fan when I was younger, and I still like to see them succeed. I just don't follow sports quite as often as I used to. I don't know why.
Sure. And the Poko Brothers and their sons on Poko Primetime Picks are big Bears fans. So we'll probably cut that last segment out. Just saying.
I know there's a. You have to edit that out. Yeah, you have to bleep all of that.
So obviously this is our last episode for this season because it's the Super Bowl show. Who do you like in Sunday's game?
I'm kind of torn. I know Kansas City is not a very favorably liked team. They get a lot of crap. However, they are going for a three-peat, if I'm not mistaken. I think it would be really neat for them to be the first team to have 3 consecutive, or I don't know if they're the first, but that's kind of what I've been seeing, is that they can get 3 in a row. I think that would be really interesting. Though I'd also like to see the Eagles win to kind of break that Kansas City streak. So I'm kind of torn, honestly. I just kind of keep up with what I see on social media.
Yeah.
But if I had to give a definitive answer, I'd probably lean more towards the Eagles.
I think a lot of people have that same sentiment. I've heard it. I've heard that take on it more than a few times. Well, I just want to let you go, Sam, but I want to say I really appreciate you always stepping up and helping our broadcasts. And even though in the closing credits I say you're my musical director, I really feel like you are my musical director, and I know that we can always count on you. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's something I love doing. So when I got asked that, when you asked me if I could do it, I was super happy to be like, yeah. One thing that we used to always do in my audio production class is do podcasts. We would do mock podcasts, and what we would do is have to make an intro song, record it, and make an outro song. So, and those are always one of my favorite projects to do, and getting to do it in a real applied setting was really fun. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, and we did a full season, so we'll try and get better next year. And having people like you, helping us, it makes it that much better. So, thanks again for joining us, Sam.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So now we're going to move on to the nuts and bolts of the show. So currently, after we did the conference championship, Michael, I'm sorry, but you're eliminated.
That's okay. I'm used to that, being a Chicago fan.
That's right. So now we still take your Super Bowl pick, but you are currently 6-6. Now, Terry, last week you had a little bit of a stumble that Mikey matched from you. You took 2 hits in the both conference championship games.
Yeah, not my best work.
Scott, you did well, and you are tied with Terry at 8-4. How did you like your picks?
Every week I could literally flip a coin. It is super. I don't know what. I don't know what they do. I don't know what the math is, but I don't know what the math is. So I just guess every week.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch the Chiefs games where you have three teams on the field. So you never know who's going to help a team win. So for myself, I was 2-0 last week, so I'm in the lead at 9-3. But we could still have some ties in the Super Bowl. So because I'm in the lead, I'm going to give Terry and Scott an opportunity to at least tie me if they want to go against me for the Super Bowl. But I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles to finally dethrone the Chiefs. I think Kansas City is getting away with so much, and hopefully the NFL has told these refs to let it play out. So that's my pick, Philadelphia Eagles. Scott, what is your pick?
Well, yeah, I mean, I am going to be rooting for them for sure, but I'll go the other way. I'll go with the Chiefs just because if it's close at the end, Mahomes, he'll run the ball, he'll make them win. So I think it comes down to those two quarterbacks. And although I love Saquon, I don't love Hurts, so I'll go with Mahomes.
That's good analysis for sure. Terry, what's your pick for the Super Bowl?
I think Philly, by and large, is a better team. But partially in order to tie for in this competition, but also just because I think it's going to be a close game, and I don't know, the Chiefs don't lose close games anymore. So I'll go with the Chiefs.
Okay. Mike, what's your Super Bowl pick?
Well, I've been swinging and missing on a lot of these picks lately. And this is a very tough decision because I agree with what everyone has been saying. The Chiefs do not lose close games, and I think this is going to be a close game. But I really, really hope that the Eagles win. And I think that they definitely have the better offense. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
All right. Strong picks from all. Another aspect of the show that I know personally myself I really enjoyed was we actually had a graphics designer for our show, and it was our sister, Michelle Poko. Scott, what did you think of the graphics that she produced?
Oh, I really loved them. I would always show them to the kids, and I don't know if that's AI or whatever it is, but it's pretty cool.
How about you, Ter?
Yeah, I thought she did a really good job. I think she really added a lot to the show.
How about you, Mike?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was really clever to have the football go through the uprights with the Sears Tower. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, she definitely has some skills. Thanks again, Michelle. I mean, even though you tried to push a lot of baseball graphics on the show, we still were able to. We're really appreciative of the things that you did for us, and you were always willing to help. So we appreciate that. So we're going to start closing things out here. Scott, you got any plans to watch the big game?
Well, a few years in a row here, we've been going to our friends who just happens to be a Chiefs fan. But this year they decided not to have a party. So we have a couple options, but we are leaning towards staying home. And we're going to maybe smoke a brisket and just watch the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Ter?
I think we're making chili and hanging out at home.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, you need that chili there because it's been cold. It was 85 degrees here in San Antonio, so we're bearing down for this winter here.
Sure.
Hey,
it's
Mike.
Currently, I believe 26 here.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. How about you? You got any plans for the big game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll ring you up, see if we can watch it together on video. I went to a Commander's bar when they were on their run, when they were winning those games. It was pretty crazy. I think I want something a little more chill this week.
I feel you. So, my closing thoughts, Scott. How did you like being on the show this year?
Well, honestly, at the beginning, I was kind of nervous about figuring out what to say and that kind of stuff. But as time went on, I got more comfortable, and I enjoyed sharing my thoughts, even though I know that it's pretty obvious. I don't know football anymore, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah. You think you'll be back for season 2 at all?
Oh, yeah. If season 2 goes on, I'll be there.
All right. And you remember Scott Poko's good advice. You got to get a fat guy in the middle.
You need him.
You need him. Terry, how have you enjoyed the shows? Have you liked taking part?
Yeah, I mean, a lot like Scott. I think is a little nervous at first. I'm not that comfortable on a microphone, but once I sort of got in the flow of it, I've enjoyed it.
Thanks. Any think you'll be back for season 2?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. How about you, Michael? You were my main co-host in crime. How did you like doing the show?
I had so much fun. Thanks again for really embracing it and taking the leap to set it up. I'll definitely be back for season 2. Definitely open if you have any other ideas for shows. And I can't wait to see what you do with all your editing skills that you've learned.
That's true. I have learned how to use some software. So let me, I just want to say that I want to thank all the family members that took part in the show. It was really a family affair. We had Michelle Poko. We had Rhino Poko. We had Emily's Poko. We had Allie Poko. We had Emily Poko. Avery June had a little appearance in one of the episodes, or at least a graphic about her. We had Janelle. We had Tony. We had Penny. We even had Charlie. We didn't have Chris. Maybe season 2. Michelle's Seth joined the show. We had Martha Poko, Nicole Poko. We had Aguilita all take part in the show. So it was really a family affair. And I know I bugged them, but I really appreciate what they did, and I appreciate what you guys did. Any closing comments?
Well, I'll just close. My closing will be, as a true Chicago fan, getting ready for baseball, but football season's almost over, and I can't wait for next year.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what how they're able to develop Caleb Williams, because that's the key to everything they got to do.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens next year and what we do with the show.
All right. And before I say goodbye, I also want to remember that Blitz Poko also took part. So it was a family affair for sure. Thank you, everyone, for listening in. We didn't get a lot of viewers. Maybe next year we'll get more. But we did a full season, and we hope to be back in season 2. And one last time, bye-bye, everybody.
Poko's Primetime Picks.